Hello PD2 community! Today I'm going to show you my Zeal Sorceress and give you a rundown of the skills and stats and a couple of different ways to play this build. I guess we'll start off with showing you its capabilities. I'm gonna restat here in a moment and let you watch me stat it out, and I'm gonna do that twice and show you a couple of different options depending on which playstyle you like the best. Here's where we are on this build. We'll talk about this build and why I'm already ready to restat out of it. Everything's looking good. 60% block seems to be enough. It's really hard to get a lot of block on the Sorceress, especially with a troll nest. So that seems to be doing well enough. I almost wish it was pumped up a little bit more. I could make room for the other Dwarf Star. I kind of like the lifesteal and the skill off of Bulkathos. But anyways, there's this. Resistor's slightly low, but my charms and stuff, you know, they're not the best. Not the best. Alright, so skills. We're gonna max warmth out and enchant. Now that's gonna give you about 1000 fire damage on this build. The main reason though is not that little bit of fire damage. The main reason for maxing these out is your attack rating. See, without these maxed, I think warmth might naturally, passive attack rating. So if I didn't have warmth max, it definitely wouldn't be this high. So we got 8k, and then let's throw an enchant on it. Now we have 11k. So, you know, that's pretty good. And I think once you bow, it boosts it up to about 12 or 13k. Back to the skills. So yeah, we're gonna do warmth and enchant. And usually here, I think you would want to go Fire Mastery as well, so you can pump that fire damage up. But I chose a different path on this initial build here. I'm going to show you. We maxed Lightning Mastery. Now this is where all of your damage is coming from. Your damage comes from wearing 2 Dream Shields. Or you have a Dream Shield and a Dream Helm. And what happens is, the aura is stacked. If you look at the damage, when you take one of the shields off, you know, it pumps it up to 23k. Let's double check that with each one. Yeah, so it puts that at about 23k to wear one. And when you push it a double, it should bump it to 46k, but then it gives you that extra 9k or so for some reason. I'm not sure. It's been like this since vanilla, and so who knows how it works. You know, they're both level 15 Holy Shock Aura when equipped. But, so all of your damage is coming from lightning. So you pump Lightning Mastery, and this does 446% lightning damage. The next thing that I pumped was Static. Static in this mod reduces enemies' lightning resistances, which is pretty good. 24% or 23% where I'm at now. And it also weakens them, you know, cuts off 1/4 of their life, so it's pretty nice. Now the problem with this is, the way that I play is fairly aggressive. Extremely aggressive. And so, I really don't have time for this. You can static if you're a slower player and you like to magic fund. Let's see, where's my Zeal? There we go. Like, you can static from quite a bit away, and that'll make things go down much easier, for sure. And it'll also break some immunities. If you don't have your infinity yet, static will break the small immunities on the characters or the enemies, like oh, those little ghost things that fly around. That's fine. Oh, those guys right here. Static will break them being immune to lightning, which is pretty neat. This build is survivable without infinity. It's not necessary to have the infinity on it. But yeah, so the problem I'm running into is I'm too lazy and I'm too aggressive at telestomping, and I just don't have time to static. I usually static with bosses, you know, to make them a little quicker. But ain't nobody got time for all that. So we're gonna change it up today, and I'm gonna show you the other possibility. Okay, so right now though, with this build, we've got static, maxed, or not maxed, I guess it was pretty close to max. I just put like 9 points in it. Lightning mastery. I dumped about 10 points in a shiver armor. And then you have your warmth, enchant fire. So that's what this build is sitting at. And it's doing nicely. But I think I can pump a little more defense or fire damage out if I drop the static. So let's do this. We'll go over the gear real quick too. Got the Drac gloves. The only reason I'm wearing Dracs is because I happen to corrupt 10 increased attack speed. This build requires 65 attack speed, which is a really weird number to get. You have to put something in your armor, pretty much, to get 15 IS out of there. And then your passion only deals 25 increased attack speed. So that only puts you up to 40 with the 15. So after that you need 25 more, which is a weird number to get, but usually you would wear IK gloves and IK boots, and that combo will give you 25 increased attack speed. So until you can get out of that and get some nice crafted with 30 IS, or maybe you want to use the Nosferatu. This is really nice, and that will help you hit that breakpoint. I chose Verdungos because the build doesn't have any other damage reduce, and it's highly necessary. We had the Viper Magi for the cast rate, and that's another thing that I want to change. I don't see myself needing the cast rate that often. I just usually do one teleport to stomp on the enemy, and I think it would be much better if I used a shaft stop. That way I'm pulling, 25 damage reduce. If I can roll one of these shaft stops 3 socket, then I'm gonna just go ahead and swap over to that, but not in this video. Alright, so let's get her statted up. We'll just pump enough strength to hit the items. Alright, there we go, about 106 or so. Then dexterity is the big one. You really want to hit at least 50% block. I think I might go for only 50% block in this build instead of doing the 60%. We'll do 50% block. Maybe we'll do 55%, that way we're not, stealing off of the dwarf. Alright, there we go. 233 dexterity will get you 55 chance to block with a 5% dwarf on. This doesn't have any block, 40%. Alright, we'll just dump the rest into vitality. It's going to give me a decent boost there. To the stats. First things first, Lightning Mastery. Get our teleport. I really like to have this Thunderstorm. It actually does a decent bit of damage, and it looks cool. One in a static. We'll go ahead and jump one there. We'll max our warmth. enchant. And I don't know, should we max the fire mastery? See, I tried this cold enchant and it really doesn't do much. I don't like freezing the enemies anyways for team play because the barbarian is trying to use magic find or item find on them. Now the original build calls for Blizzard, but they nerfed Blizzard so hard in this game they ruined this original build, so I've had to make it pretty much all melee. Now it's nice to have a little Blizzard. I'll show you, it only cost me a couple skills. It's nice to have, even just this much, I think, is worth the duration of cold, or maybe the Frost Nova as well. You know, if you have your Frost Nova hotkeyed, like I don't. Where's it at? Frost Nova. Just get out of these lightning immunes. But the Blizzard will kind of freeze things around you. It's pretty nice. We'll try the Frost Nova too. Yeah, the cold thing lasts a lot. Like say you're walking and then you see your pack, you go ahead and blizz them, and then Frost Nova. You know, that way everything's slowed and not attacking them. So what is our 58k? Let's just go ahead and pump this all into Fire Master. And that does actually increase our base damage quite a bit. I think I should have tried this sooner. Wow, so that brought us from 2k to 3.6k. And it took our max up to 59k. So I think that's the best move right there. We can pump these other three into Shiver Armor. Sure. Wow, let's finish this Chaos run up. Show you how quick the build is playing with. Where'd they go? So you can use your weapon swap for FCR if you want a little more. Especially when he's lightning immune. I think I actually like the Frost Nova over the Blizz. The Blizz used to be nice because it dealt a lot of damage. You could pump it up to about 3k with this build. But they nerf Blizz too hard to get any damage out of it, which is really unfortunate because Blizz really made this build super nice.
Not even death can
So you
save
saw how quickly it kills. Wow, it's actually 61k. Look at the damage. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. You know, this is without plan with anybody other than yourself. If you were in a team with the Paladin Salvation or Lightning, Resist Lightning Aura, I mean, you're talking like 80k damage. Let's see if we can pop into a public game with a couple more people in it. And okay, here's a perfect example. We're gonna do a solo chaos inside of a Veil game and test the damage on P8. going. Like my bow is not lasting. I've never seen that before. I need to like take my CTA off.
What do you need?
Bow, please. That was really weird. I was making the screen glow black. I cannot get my CTA to work. Somebody please explain this to me. Alright, let's just rejoin the game. That makes no sense. There it goes. Alright. Almost got me killed. This is hardcore, by the way, so. Alright, so this is still a D8 game. These things down with these. The only thing this build right now is missing is it cannot be frozen. I know that I could wear the Razor Cross over there where I have the BK ring. Look what happens when it comes to the mobs. It really just takes a moment. Big part of this build is the FHR. Let's see, I'm at that. Well, I usually am at the 86 point. I must have taken something off or changed something. 86 FHR is where you want. One mercenary. See, even without conviction, pretty much die. It's about one shot every first time. We're gonna go get him though. Now Diablo won't spawn P8. I was hoping he would spawn P8. Alright, well this video drug out much longer than necessary, I'm sure. This is what you get when you live stream videos. I don't care for editing. If you guys enjoyed it, just message me or leave a comment if you have any questions about the build, or if you see a flaw in the build that I could change and improve. That'd be nice. Thanks for watching.